Kampiyon, laban sa mga kulto.
Right.
Ng KOJC, laban sa impunity, katulad ng crimes against humanity. Itong kampiyon na ito, hindi na ito kampiyon sa boxing. Kampiyon ito laban sa impunity. At ngayon, tutulong siya laban dito sa massacre ng mga sabonero. No? Iatras mo ba yung victory mo sa UNCLOS? No? Papayagan mo ba yung island building ng China? Hindi mo na ba susuplayan yung frontliners mo sa West Philippine Sea? Tapos na yung neutral. You're not neutral. So, gamitin mo na yun to project strength. Ikalawa, puntahan mo yung strength niya. Appreciated ka ng mundo. If not yet, ng iyong neighbors. Appreciated ka from Europe to Latin America to India, etc. Strengthen mo na yun. Lead. Wala na patumpik-tumpik, di ba? Wala na yung neither here nor there. Wala na yung above the fray. No, lead. Destroy your enemies.
Welcome back, everyone. Dito sa latest episode ng Pilipinas 360 Degrees, we discussed three-letter S, Supreme Court, Sara Duterte, and ating Senado, of course. But now we want to talk about grand strategy, right? Hindi lang strategy. Grand strategy for the Philippines, or the absence of that, according to some critics. Now, before we go into strategy, let's talk about the SONA. Because, Sir, I think you and I have some agreements, but also some disagreements on the SONA. Now, obviously, I've made it clear. I was hoping he'll discuss ICC, rejoining the ICC. I was hoping there'll be more discussion on the West Philippine Sea. I was hoping there'll be more discussion, on the Supreme Court ruling, because you have Claire Castro now, I think, PCO Secretary, effective, also saying that they disagree with the decision of the Supreme Court. So it looks like the president's strategy was, that's clearly maybe not your reading, but my sense is like, i-freeze muna lahat yan, i-pigeonhole natin yan, let's talk about tangible, concrete, gut issues. And maybe that will diffuse tensions and pave the way for me to kind of do something the next years. Now, this is very important, and that's why I think you're a perfect guest. We were on another platform another day, but ang daming host, ang daming madaldal. I couldn't get this through. So now, two of us. A lot of people were comparing the speech of President BBM to Pinoy. Not only because of the language, literally using a lot of Filipino cadence, although I would say President Aquino, in fairness, really articulate. President BBM tried. But I would say, parang more Bam Aquino yung speech than Pinoy, in a sense that, remember the whole argument nila Bam Aquino, like, let's not focus on polarizing issues, focus tayo sa mga issues na malapit sa puso ng tao, di ba? And even the decision to join the majority, let's be pragmatic. Lenny has made similar statement also along those lines, or seemingly. So my sense is actually, I was actually watching Bam very carefully throughout the, like, he seemed quite, I could see him like almost nodding, and he was like, si Kiko naman, he was paying a lot of attention on the fixed security issue and all of that. So I saw a speech which has that vibe, but also a speech that was like 40, 45, 50% about education, health, all of these gut issues that were also central to the campaign of Bam and Kiko. So I saw a lot of Bam Aquino, in fact, in the vibe of the speech, in the focus of the speech. And it worked for Bam. He was number 2. He won more than 20 million votes. Now he's even being seen as a potential presidentiable, or at the very least a vice presidentiable. So, Sir Ron, for a moment, let's put aside the normative part, because as I said, normatively I was expecting this and that. But don't you think strategically maybe this is really the way forward? Kind of a new centrism?
No.
If I can put it. Okay.
Definitely no.
Then let's have a discussion.
Ibang-iba yung sitwasyon ni Pinoy. He was more than 50% approval rating in the midterm. No, he was doing a lot of good for the economy at that time. It was
the momentum was there.
It was 30% debt to GDP at the time. Ngayon ay more than 60. So iba yung mga economic situation noon. No, wala siyang mga kaaway katulad ng mga Duterte who wants to assassinate him, who wants to bring down his government, who has momentum. There were no extrajudicial threats then. No, at malinaw kung sino yung ruling party. You have the Liberal Party and Akbayan in coalition as the ruling party. Ngayon, you're not even sure. Dahil kasama mo nationalista and every rent-seeking party there is, no? So, ibang-iba yung sitwasyon noon, no? Pag ginawa ito ni Pinoy, it's more pandagdag dun sa ginagawa na niya. pandagdag sa kanyang approval ratings, no? Pandagdag sa ginagawa ng gobyerno. Dahil nagawa na niya yung notuwangwang nung kanyang first year, nung kanyang term. At panghuli, meron siyang clear political project. Gusto niya i-continue yung kanyang reforms through a candidate, through an alternative. In this case, Mar Rojas. No? So may malinaw siyang political project dun sa susunod na presidential election.
Right.
Diba? So medyo iba yung strategy, iba yung landscape, iba yung kanyang approval rating, at iba yung kanyang character. No? Dito sa nangyari kay Bongbong ay makikita mo gusto niyang mas maging populist. Diba?
Polite populism ang tawag ko dyan, right?
Gusto niyang expansion ng government services, etc. etc. No? Pero yun nga ang problema, Richard.
Yeah.
Where's the beef?
Where's the
Halimbawa, hindi na napag-usapan yung mga dating billion-dollar investment to create the dynamo for the economy. No? Ngayon, last SONA niya, sinabi niya na, we are the fastest growing economy. Ano na tayo ngayon?
But he admitted that it doesn't trickle down.
Exactly.
And he immediately also, I don't know kung tulog ka by that time, but he said, I got the message.
Exactly.
Na yung underperformance namin meters because hindi nararamdaman tao ang prosperity.
That was in the previous SONA. No? In this SONA, ano na nangyayari dun sa fastest growing economy? Ano na nangyayari dun sa hindi nararamdaman ng tao? So, sinubukan mong i-taper down yan by focusing on expanding government services. Pero it's a mix No? Halimbawa, sinabi mo expansion ng PhilHealth. Yung dialysis, libre na yun Yung sinasabi mo na it's no longer an expansion, it's ongoing.
But there are many things people don't even know.
Yeah, but that's several,
but you have to promote it, right?
That's information. Several years na gumagana yan
Well,
panahon pa ni Duterte, libre ng dialysis So anong sinasabi mo na expansion ng dialysis? It's ongoing. Ikalawa, anong gagawin mo doon sa siniro mo yung PhilHealth? Sayang mo expand mo ang services ng PhilHealth. Pero tahimik ka doon sa pag-zero budget ng PhilHealth.
They say that's why there's a lot of budget for other health-related projects and all.
Yeah, yung ganun ba na yes, maganda na may populist aspect ka, no? Sensitivity, empathy.
Yeah.
Pero sabihin mo rin, saan manggagaling?
Humility, yeah.
Saan manggagaling ang revenue? Saan manggagaling ang taxation? No? Sabi mo last SONA, dudurugin mo mga smugglers, hoarders, cartel. Na kasama yan dun sa iyong rent-seeking economy na pinipigilan ang tax collection. Pero, nasa lang yun? Natuloy ba yun?
Do you think there should have been like videos of people apprehended? Parang may drama. Kasi si Pinoy may mga ganyan, may dramatics.
Or pinakita mo na natigil mong smuggling at tumaas ang taxation.
Right.
Hindi tumataas ang taxation So, saan mo kukunin ang pag-finance itong populist projects na ito?
Right.
New debt? More than 1 trillion a year ng ating utang. No?
Right.
Fiscal? No? Ang laki na ng deficit mo. Diba? Between tax collection at saka spending. No?
So, doesn't that inevitably go back to what also, I think...
At ang pinakamahalaga, ito yung midterm na nagulpi ka nung midterm election. Which is supposed to be a plebiscite on your leadership and governance.
A referendum,
Nagulpi ka ron, dun sa midterm na yan. At going from the specter ng iyong budget controversy. Ba't hindi mo binanggit yung open bycam? Ba't hindi mo binanggit yung mga nakasalang na bills tungkol sa participative, transparent budget process?
Didn't he make a dig at the insertions, at the flood control projects which have been clearly a failure?
Ang logical niyan ay yung open budget. Bakit ka tahimik doon? So, medyo may disconnect. No, na gusto mong investigahan.
Maybe he doesn't want to get ahead of kasi, kaka-re-elect lang nung Speaker of the House and Senate. Maybe he wants to talk about...
But that's defining. Dahil ang pinanggalingan mo was the controversy of the budget na gumuho ang iyong approval rating because of that.
And the Duterte's weaponized that. Yeah.
Oo, na-weaponized ang kalaban mo No? Ikalawa, medyo dapat tanggapin mo na may political earthquake na nangyayari. These mortal enemies are out to get you. So, sana, in-emphasize mo yung ICC na mag-rejoin tayo. Ito yung faces ng mga biktima dito ngayon. Huwag mo kalimutan, it's just 2 years na lang before the next election. At ito yung kalaban mo. Ito yung kalaban mo. Simulan mo na silang katayin, banatan. Di ba? Ayaw mo magsalita tungkol dun sa impeachment. at least magsalita ka. I am here to defend the Constitution. Marami ng indirect yun, na pwedeng i-spin ng iyong forces. No? Ang sinasabi mo kasi, you are trying to inspire your troops going into battle. No, you're trying to harness these young voters, no, going into 2028. No, ang sinasabi ko, that's part of a strategy. No,
can't it be done by his I don't know, empresarios, deputies? Hindi ba parang hindi pwede i-build up nila yan?
Like who?
No, like Claire Castro, for instance. Can she build on...
Mas ang role ni Claire is an attack dog. No? Hindi siya ganun ka-articulate in terms of proposal. Halimbawa, education.
Remulia. What about
education? Si John Vic, si Boying, papunta na ng ombudsman. Diba? So, baka si Vince Dizon.
No? Or maybe the next Justice Secretary comes in.
Education. Sabi mo, papalakahin mo ang education. Bakit tahimik ka dun sa usapin ng 25% out of school youth? Bakit tahimik ka dun sa impact ng e-gambling sa kabataan? Kabataan ang tinatamaan ng e-gambling eh. No,
the gambling one was an important issue.
Tahimik ka dun sa 6% of GDP na dapat ilalagay mo yung budget sa education. Yun yung mga substance eh. No? Nitong sinasabi mo, expansion of education. Then, magiging credible, viable, yung sinabi mo. No? Yun yung kinukuhan ko. Hindi naman sinasabi ni Secretary Angara yan eh.
So what should the Secretary... So, okay.
Dapat, halimbawa, nagsalita ka na nito. No? Nagsalita ka tungkol sa e-gambling. Tigil ito dahil winawasak ang kabataan, sinusuportahan ko yung simbahan. No? Sinusuportahan ko at dapat kunin sila, palakasin ang kanilang educational institutions. No? Tapos, segundahan ka lang yung Education Secretary. Kinabukasan, segundahan ka. Sabihin mo, itong ICC, no? Kailangan nating irespeto ito. Sabi nga ni E.S. Bersamin, pag may lumabas na next warrant, tutulungan namin ang ICC. So, tutuloy mo lang yung statements na. At si Boying Remulla, no? Si Boying Remulla, ang gagawa nito as Justice Secretary. Ganun, very powerful. Tapos yung kinabukasan, magsasalita si Boying, no? Supporting what you said. Diba? That's a strategy. Diba? Pag sinabi mo na, iimbestigahan mo itong mga flood control, etc., etc. At inutusan ko ang DPWH, i-audit ito. Kinabukasan, magsasalita yung DPWH. Sinimulan na namin. No? Sinimulan na namin. At meron na kaming indications. Gaano ka sama itong ganito. To support your boss na nagsalita ng ganito, mga defining statements, di ba? Etc., etc.
And speaking of the man of the hour, the new boxing champion now, Gerald Torre, was clearly he was really the star of the night. I mean, he walks into the room, everyone go there, and then pumunta pa siya sa side ko. By the way, unlike you, Sir Ronald, he appreciates my shadow kicking. Magaling daw ako. Sabi niya, ay, magaling ka pala. So, according to a certain DDS Tribune, we are the champions of shadow fighting.
No comment. No comment. No comment. Sir, no? I refuse to answer because my answer might incriminate.
No, but the president said something
like... yung Ketore.
Sige.
Sinundan na niya sana. Sinundan na niya. No?
Doon sa 3 years, mas maraming nahuli at hindi ganun kadaming namatay sa EJK, whatever. Kaya yung 6 years ni Digong.
Itong kampiyon laban sa mga kulto.
Right.
Katulad ng KOJC. Laban sa impunity, katulad ng crimes against humanity.
So you think you should build on Torre more?
Itong kampiyon na ito, hindi na ito kampiyon sa boxing. Kampiyon ito laban sa impunity. At ngayon, tutulong siya. Laban dito sa massacre ng mga sabungero. Gamitin yung salita, massacre. Mahigit 100 eh. No? Tutulong siya dito. Lalo na, yung iba rito ay leader ng pulis nung panahon ng Duterte. So,
well, he admitted that there are scalawags inside.
Puro indirect eh. Diba? Puro indirect. You have 2 years. Diretso na. It shows you are, para kang to borrow a page from the Duterte book. Wala kang kinakatakutan. I-specify mo yung kalaban. I-specify mo yung iniimbestigahan. I-demonize mo. Diba? Sabi niya, ilalabas ko yung listahan nitong mga gumawa ng anomalous na flood control projects. Ibig sabihin, papunta siya ron. Bakit hindi niya gawin yun sa iba? Diba? Na malinaw na kung sino itong mga
So,
ito.
in short, there are some green shoots there, but you feel it just wasn't pushed to its logical conclusion.
Kaya sabi ko, cup half full, half empty eh.
But,
Yes,
but
maganda
can't
na.
the cup be more filled up a bit in the coming weeks and months by his deputies?
Sana, tahimik yung
Torres step up, Remulla step up.
tahimik yung mga sekretary mo eh. May narinig ka ba after ng SONA na sumisegunda sa mga sinabi niya? Except Vince Dizon.
Yeah,
Narinig
Vince
ko siya.
Dizon is the guy.
Narinig ko siya, di ba?
Right.
So, yun lang sinasabi ko. Lahat ito ay part of a strategy.
They all have to step up, yeah.
Hindi siya unintended consequences lang. Talagang merong plano. Ito yung sasabihin nito. Ito yung habol mong output. Di ba? That's
Coordinated.
a strategy. Tapos minimeasure mo yan per month, per year, going into 2028. Makukuha ba natin yung ating output? Okay ba yung ating media cycle? No? Nagmarka ba tayo? No? Yung mga kalaban ba natin, kinakabahan, ninenervous? Aba, on the offensive pa. No? Kinasuhan ka pa.
Yeah.
Diba? Ibig sabihin, they don't
Feeling
care.
nila, they have
ang tingin
the-
nila,
ano,
hindi sila
yeah.
takot dito.
Yeah.
Ang tingin nila ay 2028 kami na. Diba?
They're feeling it
Oo,
already.
yeah,
diba? And they're
yeah.
which tells you how scary it would be if they're actually back in
Yes,
power, no? I mean,
exactly.
ngayon pa lang, di naman kalokohan na
Kaya
ginagawa.
wala
nila.
silang hesitancy eh. Dahil ang tingin nila, you have a weak center. You have a weak center. Kung gusto mo maging populist, gawin mo na populist ka. Kung gusto
Push
mo
back.
maging strong leader, gawin mo na strong leader ka. Idikit mo na sa populism mo.
But what if the
Diba?
concern of the president is
Baka yun ang
bad
problema.
headlines could
Baka yun
have...
ang problema niya. Masyado siya maraming concern.
No, okay.
Yeah.
So is
masyado kang calculating, no?
overly cautious.
Hindi ka nakakatalon, no?
you need a leap of faith.
Oo. Ayoko naman mangyari sa isang Duterte na rambling on kung ano sinasabi.
Yeah.
Pero yun,
Reckless.
Yun, yun yung kanyang calculation, no? I'm reckless, no? Pero I'm authentic and I'm brave.
Yeah.
Kahit hindi totoo.
I mean, obviously, dito to. I mean, we can
Diba?
see it runs in the...
Diba? Pero, ano na yung kwan mo? Ano na yung pinag-uusapan natin? Ano na yung strategy mo?
Right. No, but my point is, the next few months will be crucial if everyone steps up, if you get the right ombudsman, pieces of the puzzles could still come together. Maybe should the president have more talks with vloggers? Maybe we'll have him here on this show or something like that.
Sinuportahan mong Senate President, itong ginawa mga chairman. Doon pa lang, nakita mo na. Si Marcoleta, atakihin ka. Ba't ginawa chairman niya nung sinuportahan mong Senate President? Investigahan ka yan. Clearly. No? Itong ginawa mong Foreign Affairs Committee, itong sinuportahan mong Senate President, clearly pro-China yan. Ano nga yung mangyayari sa foreign policy mo? No? Itong human rights, gusto mo ma-package yung sarili mo as a champion of human rights, civil liberties, etc. para mawala yung legacy ng Marcos years. No? Ito na yung bagong legacy. Bakit yan ang kinuha mo? So, these are indications saan papunta yung next 2 to 3 years. Doon ako ninenervyos, di ba?
And that's why we're having this discussion because we're hoping people are listening because, everyone has a skin in the game. I mean, literally, some of us have a skin in the game as we can see, as we speak live.
Yes.
Sir Ronald, okay, this is important part. Next year, we're going to be the ASEAN chair. I saw indications Xi Jinping might want to come to the Philippines. Who knows? Maybe Donald Trump will have time for us to check the Trump Tower here. How should we position ourselves coming next year? Kasi, Anwar, you know how ang layo ng position ng Malaysia sa atin, sa West Philippines.
yes.
My God.
Yes.
Singapore is a bit, Indonesia, but, sometimes here, sometimes there. Vietnam was always supposed to be our best ally, but Vietnam is going through some internal stuff. So, realistically, what is the best way forward? The president did not even mention the West Philippines at this time because I felt he wanted to project full neutrality as we become as we head towards becoming the chairman of ASEAN. How do you see that part?
Well, tapos na yun eh. You cannot project yourself as neutral. Meron kang UNCLOS eh. Meron kang China in your own territory eh. So, tapos na yan eh. Ang kinakailangan mo na ngayon is strength.
Yeah.
No? Mahirap ka na mag-project na you're neutral. Neutral is capitulation. No? Iatras mo ba yung victory mo sa UNCLOS? No? Papayagan mo ba yung island building ng China? Hindi mo na ba susuplayan yung frontliners mo sa West Philippine Sea? Tapos na yung neutrality. You're not neutral. So, gamitin mo na yon to project strength. Ikalawa, puntahan mo yung strength mo. Appreciated ka ng mundo. If not yet, ng iyong neighbors. Appreciated ka from Europe to Latin America to India, etc. Strengthen mo na yun. No?
Global South.
Diversify, security. Eh yung US, medyo kapos eh. Hindi ipakita mo sa US, hindi lang kayo ang tutulong sa amin. Tinutulungan kami ng France. Tinutulungan kami ng UK.
I think the president will be
no?
heading to India, my understanding
Yes,
is. Yeah.
tinutulungan kami ng India, no, etc. So,
That's a correct path.
Yeah,
I mean,
project
we are multi-aligning in a
project
sense.
that,
Yeah.
habang hindi ka pa ganun kalakas dito sa iyong neighbors, project na, yung mundo naman, sinusuportahan kami.
Right.
Diba? Yun yung iyong projection. Kung saan ka mahina, edi kuwan mo muna, takpan mo muna ng global support. Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Korea, no, huwag na magitin ng Taiwan. India,
Yeah.
no, UK,
New Zealand,
France,
Australia,
etc. So, emphasize that. No? Emphasize that. At yung sinabi mo na, not an inch. No? Not an inch. Ulitin mo. Ulitin mo pa ulit-ulit kahit yung kapatid mo ang head ng Foreign Affairs Committee sa Senate, no? Na
Medyo iba yung
na pro-China, no?
iba
Ganunin mo na. Or else ang magdo-dominate ng narrative ay itong mga lunatics na ito. Yun ang magdo-dominate. Ang habol mo in the clutter, in the noise,
Right.
ikaw yung dominant. Hindi ka na pwedeng above the fray.
And
no?
he
The
will have
fray-
natural allies in the progressives who are
Yes.
West Philippine Sea strong, like you guys.
Yes.
Atin to, di ba?
Yes.
Exactly.
Hindi ka na pwedeng above the fray. The fray is inside your house.
Right.
No, yun yung,
Right.
Di ba? Magpaprotect ka, I'm above the fray. No, I don't want to intervene sa Supreme Court, sa Senate. I don't want to intervene dito sa dynamic sa West Philippines. Hindi na pwede.
Because these are multiple existential
Yun na eh.
challenges
Diba?
and crises.
So, gamitin mo na and develop a strategy based on that. Ang hirap kasi, how can you develop a strategy? Hindi mo alam yung term of preference. Diba? Dapat alam mo anong term of preference mo in order to develop a strategy based on that. At ano yung end goal mo? For now, ang end goal mo is 2028. No? Do you want a president who will be pro-China? Diba? Do you want a successor who is pro-impunity? Diba? Do you want a successor who will destroy you, not only politically, but also physically? So,
Or as threatened to at least,
dapat
yeah.
malinaw. So, you develop a strategy based on that term of reference, ano yung nangyayari ngayon, at ano yung danger sa 2028. Yun yung hinahanap ko.
Right. I mean, obviously, the emerging line from certain quarters is, eto na, Sherwin na si Sara, she has the momentum. She's gonna do basically Trump, right?
Then destroy that
populist
narrative. Destroy that narrative.
Exactly. But naturally, wouldn't that mean a kind of a new united front?
Exactly.
Coalition, yeah.
Which means, lead. Wala nang patumpik-tumpik, di ba? Wala na yung neither here nor there. Wala na yung above the fray. No, lead. Destroy your enemies.
True, the
Because
rule
your
of law.
enemies
Yeah.
are planning to destroy you.
Right.
At sinasabi nila yan publicly.
Right. And yun nga, they're feeling so kung anong I'm seeing live.
Sila pa malakas na loob, di ba?
Sila pa malakas ang loob.
Diba?
By the way, I'm seeing solidarity statements, shout out kay
Yeah.
Congressman Chel Jokno, Congressman Percy Sendanya, Congresswoman Leila De Lima. More and more solidarity statements are coming in as people wake up to this amazing, incredible news na bawal pala mag-express ng contrarian views nowadays.
Sorry hindi ako maglalabas ng solidarity statement.
Yun nga, I think, sir, by just being...
Una, hindi ko alam paano.
Actually, I was like,
So, Facebook ba yan? X ba yan?
Dito, do you want to say something in support of your beloved...
Alam niyo, going into 2028, kailangan natin ng martyrs. Kailangan natin ng icons.
Right.
Kaya somebody has to do it.
Wala dito sa table na ito, maybe.
Somebody has to do it for the team. No?
Take it for the team. Parang sa mga frat yan, Sir Ronald, yung, uy, open-minded lang tayo. Ano yung sa frat? Pare, open-minded lang tayo.
Take one for the team, no?
Okay.
And
I'm
we
sure...
will visit you doing community
I'm
service.
sure,
Nagwawalis ka doon sa Estero.
Kasi yung 30,000, Sir Ronald, paki-Gcash yung 30,000.
So,
Last point, because you were involved with the administration that signed the EDCA with the United States, and now that seems to be becoming increasingly a major point of debate and contention in the country, because some would say, yes, in principle, EDCA made sense, but maybe we're going a bit too far with EDCA having a more Taiwan even orientation, with EDCA leading to more American advanced weapons deployments. Where do you stand on that? We have been debating this for the past 2 years. Do you think operationally we're having an overreach, or as the president said correctly, in my opinion, in the Oval Office next to Trump the other week, hindi naman kami yung nagbubulya ng ibang tao. We're just doing what's there necessary for our national interest. We have no fight with anyone.
Sabi nga ni Trump kay BBM nung pumunta sa White House.
Go ahead and talk to China.
We don't mind. You can have trade with China, no?
We talk to them. We have an amazing
real bases are real bases.
Right.
Look at the Okinawan base. Look at the South Korean. These are real bases, di ba? EDCA is a shell. No? It's a shell. No? It will take a long time. Ang kailangan mo ngayon ay build your own capacity. Halimbawa, what's happening in Ukraine? No? Drone
production, they're super
inexpensive, efficient, etc. Yun may create mong industry. No? Rather than relying on the big, expensive weapons of the superpowers.
What about the U.S. building ammunition production storage facility?
Mahabang proseso pa yan Mahabang proseso pa yan Taiwan will happen in the next 2 years. No? The invasion of Taiwan. So, to help our people, kailangan natin hindi weapons Kailangan natin our boats, no? Na kayang i-cross yung Basi Strait na napaka-turbulent ng tubig. So, papakita mo, we have those to rescue our people.
Yeah.
No? Yung ganyan. No?
250,000.
Ang armory, dapat tahimik lang yan. Hindi mo yan ina-announce.
Yeah, of course. Operational.
You do that. But you do that decisively. Those things. Don't rely on the superpowers. No? Ginawa ng Vietnam yan, relying on the Russians sa Cam Ranh Bay. Nung dilusob sila ng China, tahimik ang Russia. So,
and they learned their lesson. After that, non-aligned na sila.
Build your own and then diversify. No? For the first time, a French aircraft carrier was here a few months back. So, may balak ng UK na pumunta. Diversify, no? Invite India. No?
Lithuania was here to help with cybersecurity because they're experts in dealing with Russian disinformation and all of that.
Hindi ako masyadong concerned sa EDCA. No? Because EDCA is under the visiting forces. It's about visiting forces.
Right.
At with the present leadership of the US, I doubt kung talagang decisive sila pagkagawa ng bases. Lalo na yung history natin sa US bases dito. May hesitancy ang mga Pinoy. No? Diyan, no? So, hindi ko masyadong i-belabor yan. I would rather belabor diversification and our own defense capability, drones plus, etc. Again, saan manggagaling ang revenues mo? No? Saan manggagaling yan? Yun sana
right. And you have to also convince people that we have to invest in our defense, national. Yun nga, like, this is not only about battle of dynasties or political finance. This is really for the soul of Philippine democracy and our national interest. Right?
Yes, yun ang dapat ayusin ng iyong mga economic team.
And national defense team too. Yeah.
Yun yung hinahanap ko rin hindi lang sa SONA. O hindi...
Yeah, in terms of actual policies and statements. Yeah.
Kung ba may nakita ka? No? Ng clear fiscal strategy.
Well, I'm still watching...
Para mapondohan itong mga binanggit niya na popular sa...
The World Bank offered, $23 billion over the next 6-7 years in terms of new loans, ADBs coming in. So it looks like we're going to ramp up the borrowing to invest in our infrastructure and all of that and a couple of big projects.
But you have current borrowing expenses.
It is.
Yun nga, yung debt to GDP mo is...
ratio mo,
is mataas. No?
Well, hindi pa naman tayo Greece level, but I'm not calling for that, obviously, being sarcastic about it. But, sir, I appreciate this discussion. Ang akin lang, Sir Ronald, is I think we have to constantly remind people what is at stake here. Because there are people who say, this is just away lang ng mga dynasties. They don't understand. A lot is at stake here. Our national interest. Our democracy is...
We have to remind our people, but we also have to remind those in power.
And that's why I hope they watch these episodes because this is what we
want to remind them. No?
Malapit nang rename natin to as War Room.
Diba?
Yung parang Bannon, Steve.
Yeah.
This is like a war room now. We're basically talking about what should be the communication strategies, what should be the policies, calibrations. These things are important. Thank you so much again, Secretary Ronald Llamas, for sharing your time and not, despite the fact na wala ka pa rin solidarity statement. Maybe in your next column, maybe you want to say something about how amazing Richard Heydarian is in his What a gentleman.
Nahulaan mo yung aking susunod na column. Third column sa Philippines.
Ayun. First column pa lang, judicial overreach, pero hindi ikaw na contempt. Ibang klase talaga tayo. Thank you so much again, Secretary Ronald Llamas. And of course, columnist for the Philippine Star. Congratulations for that fantastic new position you have, and looking forward to your new column and solidarity statement.
With a columnist from the Inquirer.
The Philippine Daily
Na
Inquirer.
binabanatan ng isang senador.
Na very, na maraming committees na kuha. Nag number 1 sa committees, champion ng committees. Thank you very much for joining the latest episode ng Pilipinas 360 Degrees, kung saan we try our best to talk about the national interest from the most non-partisan and objective way possible to make the Philippines great again. Maraming salamat. Talk to you soon.